Yeah.
I bet.
Welcome everyone. Episode 145, Bad Takes, Better Conversations. Um, I'm one of your hosts here,
This
Rod
guy.
Hardy.
Look at this
Uh,
guy.
what's up with
My
this guy?
fault. No, he's an
Um,
aura farman, you know?
who?
No,
What?
not you.
What?
Ghost, but continue.
Okay. All
What?
right. So yeah, welcome back to another episode of the pod, man. Obviously yesterday was Backlash. We are gonna dive into that. Jay isn't here right now. He'll be coming up real soon. Tommy's on vacation. And still no sign of Russell Spot, but hopefully Russell Spot does get better, and hopefully we get to see him back here soon.
Notice
But
how we're not addressing the other guy that call himself the Mr. Btbc. We don't talk about him.
apparently he's
Honestly,
on vacation, but
honestly, apparently he said he's with his mom, so who knows?
But anyways, I'm with three wonderful guests here today. Starting off with Donnie.
Here on Btbc, man. Here to talk some Backlash. We got Rod, we got Lee, and then we got Ghost, who's aura farming. Well, I don't know what makes this guy think he's so cool.
Am I
You think-
fucking
bro, this
farming?
Bro throwing a Latino yeet shirt. Now he got floss in his mouth.
First of
Now
all,
he
I
done-
can't,
you know
guys,
what
I
I'm
can't be
saying?
hygienic. I can't be hygienic.
You know,
in
I'm
this.
just saying. Oh, look at this guy. Now he's a top athlete drinking Gatorade. Whatever.
Woo,
Right.
woo, I can't
Here we
drink
go.
Gatorade.
Here we go. I'm
Nah,
just noticing.
this is
I'm
crazy.
just people what's happening.
Oh, brother in Christ!
Oh
Look,
man,
You know what
Look,
I've been
look,
noticing,
look.
Donnie?
what's going on?
Yeah, I've been noticing you've been getting the beats on Roblox, bro.
oh
Oh
man!
no.
Oh
no.
man!
You fucking crazy. You out of your mind.
Oh
out of
man!
your mind.
Don't
Oh,
get
You out of
me
your
started.
damn
Don't
mind.
Your
get me
streams,
started.
your streams
Wait,
don't lie. Your streams
listen.
don't lie.
But when people not hacking,
Oh, I'm not
Everything else
hacking.
is
I'm
good.
just better
Everything
than
else is
you.
good.
I'm just
You
better
know
than you. I'm just
whatever,
better than
you
you.
know.
Get
We're
that.
not
Get that weak
here
defense
to
out
talk
of here.
about me beating a brakes over people in Roblox. We're here to talk some Backlash, man. We're here to talk about that, man.
All right, go ahead, Ghost.
You guys already know who I am. It's Ghost Speed Ninja. BTBC, we're back again. We got Donnie here, so pretty interesting. Now I'm interested why he's here. Rod's here,
I
and
can't even be on BTBC.
No,
now.
you
I can't
can be here.
BTBC.
You can be here.
Look at
No,
him.
you can be
this
here.
Guy. This guy's such an aura farmer.
Shut up.
Man.
Anyways,
Oh shit. Oh,
anyways,
no, he's here. Oh, no.
so where's Tommy? I don't know because I gotta talk about a certain piece of shit on my.
Tommy heard I was
Oh,
coming
Ghost,
and
that's
decided,
interesting.
to duck.
Oh,
You're a bot?
why am I a bot? I have no idea. Anyways, go ahead, Lee.
I don't even need to introduce myself at this point either. I'm here every week with Ghost. Axe will be here sometimes, but I'm here every week, unlike certain people. So I don't need to really introduce myself.
So Backlash was yesterday, and I guess we'll start off this review of Backlash by talking about the Fatal 4-Way. Donnie, you want to start us off?
Oh man, thought it was amazing. I thought that Fatal 4-Way was amazing. All four guys went in there, was doing their thing. Jeff. I don't want to disrespect his name. Cobbs, something like that.
Jeff Cobb.
I don't know.
Jeff Cobb. Okay.
Dude came out there looking like a beast. I love the storytelling they doing with Jacob and Solo. The stuff they doing. To me, I thought that match was amazing. I loved every second of it.
Ghost.
Fatal 4-Way was as expected. Very, very good.
What is the guy Philip talking about? Don't disrespect Jeff Cobb. How is that disrespect? I literally said I ain't trying to disrespect him. I try to be polite about what is this today? What are we doing here today?
Oh, look at this. Look at Kiwi. Prod
Kiwi's a
said
piece of
best
shit.
host in the world. Wow, look at that. Give Prod his bonus money. Anyway, so let's talk about the 4-Way. Very good 4-Way. Jacob retains. Are we shocked? No. Drew and Damian. Oh, man. Yo, Lee, what's your boy Drew got going on? Why can't he focus on the match?
Damian Priest is a fucking fraud.
Oh, brother. It's a fatal 4-Way, no DQ.
Why did he feel the need to just attack Drew and take him out of the match and himself? Like he didn't want to go for the title. He was in that match just to fuck with Drew.
He wanted to go for the title, but both people can't focus. I don't know why.
You know, he had to screw him, and then Priest just went at him for no fucking reason instead of going for the title himself.
Oh wow.
I wanted this to be done after Mania, but nope. Triple H is keeping it going.
Oh man.
Oh man.
This was phenomenal, bro. What a great start to the show. Man, Jacob Fatu, he's an ascending superstar, man. Every week I see him as the months go by, the louder pops he gets. The dude is out there there was a sequence he's at the top rope with Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre throws him, it's like a swanton. I think it was on LA Knight or whatever, and then he just starts going crazy, bro. Like hit a suicide dive. And it wasn't just him, because then there was like a Claymore that happened. Everybody starts hitting their finisher, BFT, and again, LA Knight goes to hit Jacob Fatu's emo of him just doing this whole thing like this.
How you do it?
Yeah, no, just
Oh, that's how did he do it?
just
The emo.
Just
Okay. There we go.
Oh, God. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, it's
man.
an emo.
Yeah. That was solid though. That was a fire match.
all right. Sorry, I got cut off there. Bro, this was it was great, bro. What a great way to start the show. Honestly, there was like a version of the card that came out earlier in the day that said Dominic and Penta was gonna start the show, but nah, this is the right way to go. Starting the show with this, man. I was low-key talking shit about this match beforehand, just because I didn't think the match was gonna be bad. I just thought the three guys that were chasing after the title should be obviously in a higher position. They should be going after the world title, and I still do remain that to be true. But the U.S. title scene right now is probably the best it's looked in.
I would say I
years.
could disagree with you on that, just because like not everybody could go after the world title at one time, and if you got the world title scene already stacked up, or like people going after the world title already, then that mid card title should feel important. Having Drew, having Damian, having Jacob, LA Knight, those are 4 stars going after that title. That just helps the title more.
I mean, but to kind of combat your point, I don't think the world title scene is loaded, because Kevin Owens is out with an injury. Randy Orton is lost. I mean, obviously, I don't know if Randy. It was one last time, so Randy's definitely not getting another match with John Cena. But there's really nobody to like. R-Truth is literally about to get a title shot. There's really nobody in the main event scene, and like you could slot these 3 guys up. And I think I said it last week, but you could slot in guys like a Rey Fenix into the mid card title scene, Carmelo, Andrade. There's a bunch of guys. If you want to slot in a Santos Escobar as well, like there's just a bunch of guys that you could slot in and make it feel really good. But these 3 men, obviously, excellent choices to vie for this title. And yeah, this match didn't disappoint, bro. But it just shows how much star power Jacob Fatu really has, bro. This man every week is getting louder and louder pops. And he's supposed to be a heel. I guess he's a tweener at this point. Because he's a heel, but he doesn't really do heel stuff. Like there's nothing heelish about him other than interferences, but he doesn't really do interferences anymore. And yesterday, obviously Jeff Cobb made his debut on WWE TV, and he was kind of side-eyeing Jeff Cobb and Solo. Man, Solo back-to-back years has had a plan. Last year he brought Tonga Loa into the mix, and then this year he got Jeff Cobb. Clearly, this is
my nigga Solo Sikoa, man.
Clearly, this is leading to they're on a collision course to having a U.S. title match. Solo and Jacob are at SummerSlam. I really do think that is still the road to go, and I think the story they're telling is really good. I just hope they can really capitalize on it, and I'm very interested to see where Jacob goes from here in terms of who he's gonna face. I think LA Knight is out of the picture now. Was he the one that took the pin yesterday?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I think Drew and Damian.
Now he can start going towards like main event scene.
Yeah, and then I think Drew and Damian are gonna do their own thing, but I'm very curious to see who they move into this U.S. title scene, because there's a vast variety of people that you can include, but now it's like pick your poison. Who do you want? Do you want the newly returned Aleister Black? Do you want Carmelo Hayes? Do you want Rey Fenix? I mean, like, pick your poison. There's a lot of people that you can put into this U.S. title scene. And honestly, bro, I mean, I don't even think Solo's gonna beat Jacob at SummerSlam. And I don't I don't know who's gonna beat him. Honestly, I can't even really begin to think. My first thought in my mind maybe Carmelo Hayes, just because I could see him getting that boost. But yeah, no, I don't know who really is gonna beat Jacob for this US title. He's on top of the world right now.
Yeah.
What Jay, are you here?
Yep, I'm right here.
We're talking about the Fatal 4-Way. Give us your take on it. And he just...
Man, yeah, shut your ass up. Man, honestly, that Fatal 4-Way, what a way to kick off Backlash. Jacob looked great. LA Knight looked fantastic. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. Enough words can't really be said about them. Jacob Fatu continuing to showing why he's belonged in WWE in the first place. And Solo Sikoa, man. It feels like they always have something neat for Solo Sikoa. He always finds a way to look like a mastermind. I love the introduction of Jeff Cobb, and I can't wait to see what's next for the new Bloodline, or the Bloodline now.
Are they even a Bloodline anymore? Like, is that even word? Like, can you even call them that anymore?
I mean, I haven't heard them addressed as that on TV in a minute.
I could have sworn they're not even addressed as the Bloodline anymore.
No, they're not. Since Solo lost to Roman.
Yeah. So I don't even. Yo, Jay, I don't know if you're gonna take this, but Kiwi said Xbox, add Mike. Just saying. I don't know.
Kiwi, it's funny that you say that, because I'm actually in the car because I'm on the way to... No. Okay. Alright. Yep, I got an Xbox mic. Fuck you. That.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Kiwi, not gonna lie, Jeff Cobb, Jacob, and Bronson. That little stable right there, that could be real nice. I'm not gonna lie. Do y'all think they would actually pair Bronson back up with the Bloodline, I guess?
Why not? He was only doing one of his best work.
Yeah.
I mean, they could pair him with him, or they could like just let him do his own thing. I could see either way. Honestly.
Donnie's gonna hate this one, but we're about to get into the next match. If anybody else does anybody else have anything to say about that Fatal 4-Way?
Nope. Oh man.
Nope.
All right.
No,
let's get into the
really
Donnie should be happy and also I guess sad at the same time.
Let's get into this match. Yeah, I think I feel the same sentiment. Donnie, I think you should be happy. But obviously sad. Same time, obviously she lost, Becky. But you should be happy because this kind of softens the narrative towards her of her being Becky Hogan. I think,
yeah, all the Becky Hogan people. I'm
telling you, Donnie, everybody in their mind was thinking that Becky was actually going to win this match.
Could we? First thing, I don't think that's true. Secondly, could we time Kiwi for like 30 minutes? Can we do that?
He's doing the burn. Donnie, you should like Lyra.
Secondly, that point about everybody thought Becky was gonna win, I don't think so. I think the notion going into it was that Becky was gonna lose because of Bayley coming out, returning, costing Becky the match. I'm pretty sure like the main thing going into it was like Becky was losing.
No, I don't think that's true.
I do think so. I think that's true.
I don't think so. I think a lot of people thought Becky was gonna win.
Maybe where I was looking, but I'm pretty sure like for me, the main thing people thought was like.
Did you think she was gonna lose?
Yeah, I knew she. But like, did I want her to lose? No. But I thought
Becky, man.
The impression that Bayley was gonna come back because they've been hammering that point home so much that Bayley was like, attacked by Becky. They mentioned that shit so many times, so it's like, shit.
You wanna know why a lot of people thought she was gonna win? Look at the okay. This is a new title, by the way, women's IC title.
Yep.
Wouldn't you think WWE, with the way they book, wouldn't you think that they would want? Yes, they were building a story between Becky and Bayley. Wouldn't you think they would want to put the title on Becky Lynch and have like a big SummerSlam feud for the women's IC title between Becky and Bayley? Because that's just the way they book. Like this is a new title. You put it on somebody established and put it on a major feud. It could bring, it could obviously bring a lot of publicity to that title.
Yeah,
I think that's a lot of people's reasoning as to why they don't think Lyra could put on a story for one of your biggest pay-per-views of the year, and I, honestly, now thinking about it, she probably could.
Yeah,
she and look, this match, Me personally, I enjoyed this more than the Fatal 4-Way, and I'll say it because these women
crazy to
actually
say.
it's yes, but it was a
That's not. I
it
said
was
that's not crazy to say.
oh
That
no
was a good
oh
ass
okay,
match. That
bro,
was a
it
good
was
ass
like in the trenches, like the fight for to see who could have the upper hand between these two because it was
Yeah.
a very close contested battle between
Yeah.
both of these women trying to figure each other out. Obviously, Becky hitting what was it 3 manhandle slams, didn't get to figure out what Lyra was doing. Lyra couldn't figure her out, and for Lyra to win the way that she won, it was great, but it also it keeps Becky strong,
Yeah.
and it gives Lyra that signature win that she needed. This was her 7th title defense. All her 6 opponents were, obviously lesser opponents, and that's no disrespect to them. But this
Yeah.
was her signature win, and this could honestly propel Lyra into superstardom for being a woman on the roster.
Two things I want to say. First thing, Lyra, this reign so far, been what I'm saying. It's
Ah,
been all right
she's
though, cause her
been
match against Bailey was fire. Her match against Becky was fire. Her match
Dakota.
against Dakota Kai was fire.
Did she
Only
have one
thing
with
that's
Ivy Nile? She had a good one with
she definitely
Ivy.
did have one with Ivy too. I ain't gonna lie,
She's
this
had
reign so
some.
far, it's been all right. I like that. One of the things I liked about the matchup between them two is that usually in a scenario like that where it's like you got a big star like Becky and like a newer person, the crowd usually would gravitate towards the bigger star and cheer for them. But like Becky as this heel character, she the people was booing her. They were cheering for Lyra. I like that. I like that. The roles that they are playing, people are behind it. I like that.
And honestly, look, going on that point that you just made, back when I was in Vegas and that Monday Night Raw where she turned on Lyra, bro, people were heavily cheering Becky.
Yeah.
It's also a testament to Lyra who did some pretty good mic work in the 2 weeks of buildup
Yeah.
that they had, because it was really realistically only 2 weeks, because obviously week 1 was just the turn, right? Only so much you could do there, and people were cheering Becky because they just didn't see that she had. Obviously they see in her in-ring ability, but they don't see her as like this character that can make you believe. And I think the 2 weeks that she had to put herself over by delivering some good mic work, I think she was able to do that a lot. She was able to do that very well. And Charlotte, take notes, bro. Stop burying your opponents. Stop. Take notes from Becky, because that's clearly what you need to do. Becky's out here, she's making sure that her
Wait, Charlotte
opponent.
needs to take notes from the GOAT? Wow, I wish I was shocked.
She's like, yes, because look, here's the thing is, and we just saw it recently with her and Tiffany. She was actively trying to bury Tiffany. Like, you can't do that. And Becky did a great job in this feud of making sure that Lyra, obviously the in-ring stuff, we know Lyra's really good in ring, but like Becky was allowing Lyra to shine on the mic, and she shined. She gave her the pedestal, and Lyra, she responded. Now, if she wouldn't have responded, then that would have been a different story. But because Lyra did good on her own and was given that pedestal, well, then now people are seeing that Lyra could be a future cemented star in this in the WWE. It's not Charlotte's fault.
She's great
brother.
like that.
What she's great at what? Burying people and not giving younger talent the ability to showcase
I literally
themselves?
only wanted Charlotte to win because I don't like Tiffany. That's really it.
Who? Like, Charlotte doesn't put anybody over. She put over who? Rhea Ripley in what, her 10-year career? That's it
basically.
Shout out to Charlotte for no Rhea, man. What a great girl.
So how was she great? Was she's great because her accolades? I mean, yeah, she's great in ring.
She's good in ring.
She doesn't have a character. Her character doesn't even make sense. She's just an entitled person. Like, literally, she just comes off as somebody entitled who's just like, she's just going off her greatness, bro. She doesn't have a character.
Okay, this guy's rage baiting.
People are gonna say, "Oh, but Charlotte burying people is part of her character." That's what
Tiffany. Tiffany is overrated. Is crazy to say. It's not her fault. People can't get to her level. Yeah, they can't get to her level because she doesn't allow them to. Becky does, on the other hand.
A great woman Becky is.
Yeah.
But anyway,
overall, that match was amazing.
I was in the match. Like,
I'm gonna say this. Becky beat the allegations. I mean, Good for her. Lyra finally got a personality on the mic.
First thing. I want to talk about those like
Allegations.
Like what the what the fuck are we actually talking about? What, like when people say shit like that about Becky, it's like, what are you actually talking about? Like, where's the claim? Where's the like evidence? That's like, yeah, she a Hogan. She's a Hogan.
I'll be real.
You need the evidence. Look no further than what happened the WrestleMania and the night after.
You know, if Becky won, I wouldn't give a shit.
All right. So off of that one thing, that means she's a Hogan. Off of that one situation, that will make her a Hogan.
Donnie, they called her a Hogan plenty times when she won the world. They're gonna keep calling her a Hogan.
It makes no sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Donnie, I see what you mean.
It makes no sense, bro. Becky always puts herself in position for a title, bro. Always. She literally said, bro, she literally came out and said that she didn't want to return unless the creative was right. And the creative was her and Lyra winning the titles at Mania.
What does it lead into? What did it lead to? Look how all right, so do you think that the creative discussion was you win the title, that's it? Or it's like, okay, this is the process. It started like this, and this is how it ends.
Okay, so they had to win the title at Mania. Why couldn't she turn on her at Mania?
Oh no, man. But like that, this one incident, I don't think that should make her a Hogan. One situation, as if she haven't look. She put over multiple different women before. You have this one incident. Now she's a Hogan. She got Hogan allegations, huh?
I don't think she's a Hogan. I just think what she did was crazy. I just think that was crazy.
That's fair. That's fair to say. You feel like, oh, what she did was crazy, cool. But say, oh, well, she a Hogan and she beat the allegations as if she hadn't been putting in work and helping elevate women before. It's like, nigga,
Donnie, you know I like Becky, so these allegations to me they're funny. And even if you want to say they're true, you know I don't care.
Charlotte is a real Hogan, but
okay, I'm reading Kiwi comment about like the Hogan thing started with the World Heavyweight Championship after Rio vacated it. That's not even a Hogan thing. That
was hilarious when Becky won. Oh my god.
I like Becky, but Becky put over her friends. So she put over.
Huh?
Wait, hold on.
He's rage baited.
Yeah, that's.
Get him out of here.
She put over. So she put over Tiffany Stratton. Is that her friend?
She put over Bianca Belair.
Is that her friend over Bianca Belair?
Bianca Belair got put over.
Yeah, Morgan got put over. Also, real shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Liv Morgan.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Honestly, when Becky won the tag titles, I did not give a fuck. The tag titles suck. They blow. Why do we care? Please tell me why do we get? Why do we care?
Hours that Lyra and Becky held the titles was the only time I've ever cared about the titles. Was when they held
like nigga, that's you because you
okay, well let's not listen to Lee because he likes the Celtics, but all seriousness, why do we care Becky won the tag titles?
Say it again.
All right.
Why do we care Becky won the tag titles when no one really cares about them?
Because it's just a stat that she didn't need. It was unnecessary.
Jay,
they could have told the exact same story without Becky and Lyra winning. They could have. Why
disagree.
Why couldn't they do the turn at Mania?
Listen,
I agree with you, Jay.
I feel like we gotta get a set definition of what a Hogan is. If you trying to call somebody a Hogan, what is a set definition? Because whatever it is, I'm pretty sure
Hogan did.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
Look, to me, it's whatever. I don't care that she won the tag titles. The World Heavyweight title thing, I mean, she put over Liv at the end of the day. Doesn't.
All right. Well, yeah. Regardless of the situation, I thought the match was amazing. Becky lost. Lyra won. It was just all great. It was great.
Also, let me see Ed's comment. This is literally true. Every main eventer has stat pad at least one time.
Mercedes is a Hogan. Yeah. That does seem pretty true. Maybe maybe look, she doesn't lose much, or she honestly, outside of her losses past weekend.
Okay.
Outside of her losses past weekend, How many times can you count on your hand that she's lost in the last 3 years?
Okay, so Rod, I'm gonna say this about Mercedes. How many times did she lose in WWE? How many people has she put over in WWE?
I mean, she's
A
put over
lot.
a lot. A lot of her run
She's
was
put over a
putting
lot in
people over.
WWE. So to me, Mercedes being like this, I really don't care. She actually deserves this. I'm not gonna lie.
But you know why she
Wow.
lost, right?
Yeah,
But
I know
she's
why
about
she
to win.
lost.
She's about to win the world title.
Oh, okay, that's
This is supposed to be
expected.
no ice.
It's Mercedes
No ice.
Monet. Look, to me,
That's
Mercedes
crazy.
Monet is able to build this reputation just by losing. That's saying a lot. Let her have her OP run.
Thank you.
We'll be alright.
Oh,
That's what I think. Shout out Sire for that logic, by the way. But that's what I think. You know, I don't think she is a Hogan, but it's just whatever. Yeah, she did be having weak rate.
all right. So what about the next match?
Yeah,
what's the
so
I don't know
so
if
the
she
third
was.
match on the card was Dominic Mysterio and Penta. I think we can probably all argue this was probably the weakest match of the night, maybe.
was too short.
Probably.
But
That's
it was
a good match.
short. This was a 9-minute match. This was
That's what
good.
needs to
Dom, man, he pulled something out that I don't think they would have ever let him pull when he was like this crazy over the top heel. That kind of dive to the outside DDT. Man, that was Dom does have a deep bag. I really do believe that Dom does have a deep bag. We got to see a little bit. We got to see a little bit of it when he was a babyface back when he was teaming with his dad. But obviously, he didn't show much character. He didn't show much like there was really nothing good about him. But obviously now he's turned into this. He's an ascending superstar. But this was great. Penta was a great opponent for him. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, like now Penta's just putting people over. Like what's going on?" Bro, Penta won a lot of his since his debut. Penta had been winning a lot.
I think he got pinned like twice so far.
Yeah, like Penta hasn't been getting pinned all that much, and now people are saying, "Oh, he's losing a lot." Bro, he lost by interference, right? A couple of weeks ago for the IC title against Dom. Again, he lost by interference. He's losing, but not clean. They're keeping him.
Mania, he ain't even get pinned that Mania.
He didn't even get exactly. But Dom is really impressing people a lot. Dom is doing all the right things. This IC title run for him is gonna be phenomenal, bro. And I'm hoping like he's probably gonna get his signature win against Finn Balor. That is the story that they are telling. I'm hoping Finn doesn't take the IC title away from him. I do believe that Dom getting a signature win over Finn Balor would be great. Hey, let me ask you, y'all care for El Grande Americano?
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think I might be in a minority here, but I'm fine. I love it. I love because it's Chad Gable though. Because a Chad Gable, the work Chad Gable do, I just love basically everything he do. His character work is just so funny. So when I'm seeing him like pretending to be sick and bringing in a doctor's note, like stupid shit like that, just be so funny to me, and I love it, bro. And then he able to go out there and still put on great in-ring performances while having this funny ass character. I like it a little bit.
I'm agreeing with Donna there. I think this might be some of his best work in WWE. The El Grande stuff. It is just genuinely.
Who's best work?
I never said. Whoa, I didn't say his best.
That's not Chad Gable.
I said it's some of his best work.
Oh, some of
Wait,
not Chad Gable though.
Look at this guy. Here you go.
That's
here
not Chad
they go,
Gable.
Donnie. Here they go.
Oh man,
it's not Chad Gable.
But why do y'all think that's Chad Gable?
Regardless, whoever it is, I'm enjoying it. I find it amazing. Man.
I will say, look, I'm a third jaw on this one. I love the work that's being done here by El Grande Americano. Yeah. It's funny, bro. Him just interfering in in Ray Phoenix and Penta's matches. Bro, this shit is just hilarious. And it's funny because he does the same thing every time he hits you with the mask, where he has that, I guess it's a metal plate in his eye or whatever, or in his mask. Bro, that shit is just so hilarious. And apparently from what I get, the story that they're going with is him versus Penta in a mask versus mask match, which is what I thought was going to be at WrestleMania, but apparently now it's going to happen against Penta probably at SummerSlam, which I think would be great. And you know, it obviously halts the run of El Grande Americano, but I think for the time that you used him in, I think he's done a great job.
You know what we got to do though, like we got to talk about Chad Gable, like his character work. He went from the shit with Gunther to the shit with Sammy, and the stuff with Alpha Academy to the stuff with Wyatt Six to now him doing the shit with the Luchador. Like he just been doing some like amazing work, bro. Honestly, you know, that's all I want to say. I just want to give him some credit right there.
He's great, and then he wears the Grande Americano shirt. You know, like, what is it like that? He's a fan or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be so
believer.
funny.
He's a believer.
It's so funny though, because like when they like show like the replay of what happened at WrestleMania, like they put the shit in Spanish. Like it'd be just so funny. Like he do the same shit as Chad Gable do, but like he's speaking Spanish. Besides saying thank you, he's saying gracias or whatever. Like shit like that is just fucking funny to me.
There's a sentiment that I do get from a lot of people that they think he's being racist or the WWE is being racist. To be honest, this isn't racist. If you haven't seen the early 2000s or the late 90s, you really don't know how much the WWE could really stretch things out in terms of like that aspect of things, bro. They literally had JBL on a fucking segment on the border, or maybe it was the border. Like, come on, like bro, this isn't the most extreme thing ever that WWE has done. They've done a lot more worse things in terms of pushing those boundaries, right? And this one is kind of pushing the boundaries. People like to say that they want like more edgier stuff. This is a little more on the edge because you're pushing those boundaries. It's just people are so soft nowadays. Like if you watch the early 2000s, late 90s, they were doing stuff like that on a regular. Even worse. So it's like I don't understand the sentiment of that, honestly. I really don't. What do y'all think about that? Like the whole racism thing?
Basically, people want these more crazier things, and then they get mad. Sounds like another thing I know, but this is a talk show about wrestling, so man.
What do you think, Lee?
Honestly, I've been wanting, like, since I started watching wrestling in 2020, like where it was actually at its most boring. I was like, you know, the craziest thing they did was like what, throwing piss over something. But I'm loving this edgier stuff that they're doing now. It makes it more entertaining. Like I say, I've got a lot of my friends who stopped watching it years ago. They've come back to watch it because WWE has gotten more edgier with what they can do. So it's a win-win situation for WWE. They're getting more eyes on the product of doing this.
Donnie, what you think?
When it comes to like the whole whether it's racist or not, I don't really
Those best friends in the chat right now.
I just watch it and I'm just like, all right, I enjoy it.
Yeah, Kiwi's in the chat.
Yeah. I don't really have a opinion on whether it's racist or not, though. Honestly.
Yeah.
I just see it for what it is and just.
I just think that shit is fucking hilarious, to be honest. I really don't. I don't think it's like racism. Like I think this is one of the. Honestly, I think the way that they're going about it, I consider it like a parody of luchadors, and you know what I'm saying, people we parody, WWE has parodied themselves all the time, parodied white guys, black guys, you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't necessarily consider this racism. The fucking New Day had a black preacher gimmick when they first dropped. Niggas wasn't doing all this hollering. Like, it's okay, bro. I definitely see where the outrage comes from, but I don't think Chad Gable is doing anything necessarily that disrespectful to the point where it's like, oh my God, I have to burn down the Fed. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't see it.
Bro, honestly, I was laughing hysterically when he came out with the mariachi. And
I was laughing.
The yellow filter, bro,
is
so funny, bro. Like at WrestleMania when he did that shit, I'm like, bro, this is actually hilarious. Like, and he's going all in with this character. That's the part.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
That's a good question.
That's the part that excites me. About it is that, bro, he's going all in, and like he's making people mad, which is what he's supposed to be doing. But it's great. What do you want to pull up?
No.
It was Ant's comment. He said,
the one about Sami Zayn.
Oh, okay. Was it disrespectful when Sammy? Oh, the El Generico.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah. It was, and honestly, look, that was so many years ago, bro. Like even then,
he goes, "Oh, brother, Kiwi."
Can we bring up Kiwi's comment, please?
Oh, brother.
Unspoken
Riz.
He goes, oh god.
The parody of Unspoken Riz and sexual harassment.
Oh my god. Nah, that's
what
funny.
are you talking about?
Yeah, no, this honestly, look, the match was good. It did what it needed to do. Penta looked great. Penta did look great on it. Dominic obviously looked great. And bro, how does obviously it's just WWE logic or whatever, but or just wrestling logic, bro. So basically, Carlito and Finn got thrown out, and then Finn go come back, and the referee's just not gonna throw him out again. Like,
I would have paused the match,
bro. Like that shit low key kind of pissed me off, but it was like whatever. It was whatever to me, honestly. But all in all, I thought this match was great. It was the weakest one, but honestly, it was still really good. I didn't think there was a bad match on this card, but yeah, we can dive into the next match, which a lot of people really thought was going to be bad.
My apologies. I meant to say something about Dom versus Penta real quick. I actually thought it was shaping up to be a really good wrestling match before the interferences. Honestly, I wish they gave it a little bit more time. Like, I wish they let it go like 13 minutes without an interference, and then I don't know, maybe they could rush everything, but I definitely feel like Backlash had a lot of BS involved with their finishes, but for Dom versus Penta, before the finishes, I thought it was a really well wrestled match. Even with the interferences, I thought it was like a really good match. It was really entertaining. Dom has really like came into himself. He's really grown as a performer and as a wrestler, and I'm just super excited to see him, what he has in store, what else he has in store.
All right, now we can get into the next match, which a lot of people thought was going to be the stinker of the whole card, but it actually turned out to be a very entertaining match. Gunther, Pat McAfee. Donnie, you want to start us off on this one?
That match right there, to me, I enjoyed it, but the thing I didn't like that at the end of it, Gunther give him respect and all that. Like, nah, I wanted to look like, I remember when Gunther attacked Jimmy and he was looking all bloody. I wanted that, like, especially if the plan is to write Pat off of TV, man, I wanted to see him violate Pat. And then you got Michael Cole there too. I don't know. I ain't saying he got to attack Michael Cole, but shit, I wanted a little more ruthlessness from Gunther towards Pat. But overall, the match itself was a fun match. Michael Cole getting involved, holding down Gunther's leg, stuff like that. Had me on the edge of my seat a bit, but this was a fun, good match. I just wanted Gunther to be a little more ruthless.
Kiwi, what are you talking about? I'd rather Gunther versus Goldberg. You lost your mind.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you lost your mind.
Rage bait. Not Tuesday yet.
What is it with people in this chat rage baiting today?
Bro, this match was very entertaining.
Mike might be cooking. I would have not mind that match being like that.
This was very. I was very sports entertained. By no means was this a great wrestling match. It was funny though. Seeing Pat take these chops and then obviously trying to chop Gunther back, and then Gunther obviously dominated a majority of this match. None of the offense, like the backflips or anything, surprised me from Pat McAfee, just because I've seen it time and time again. I mean, the dude is obviously a very talented athlete. Obviously he doesn't wrestle much. This is only his 8th match in 6 or 7 years, because obviously I think his first wrestling match was probably like 2018 or 2019 when he wrestled Adam Cole at NXT TakeOver. But he's not a wrestler. He's just there just for an attraction. And honestly, I thought he did a really good job. I thought he really did a good job at that. Pat was being like Donnie. Oh my god.
Yo, Kiwi, you a piece of shit, Kiwi. Donnie
was laughing. That's enough.
I'll never take Gunther seriously.
man.
I could understand why people won't take Gunther seriously. The fact that he showed my issue that, and I have the same sentiment as Donnie.
Donnie, what's the
The
problem
fact
now?
that of
No,
all
I'm,
of the
I'm
people,
talking about, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about that comment. I'll never take Gunther seriously again. Bro, we just seen Gunther beat the dog shit out of Jimmy and bloody up. Like at any moment,
Rage
Gunther could switch
bait.
right into that at any given moment. Bro.
Rage
yeah,
bait.
but
No,
I look, I do understand where he's coming from because you kind of you gave respect to Pat, but like you didn't really give respect to like a lot of the prior people that you fought, that obviously are actual wrestlers. And the fact that he kind of, but maybe the respect came from a place of Pat's not a wrestler. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Pat
but
isn't
he
a
could still
wrestler,
put
and
on like a
bro,
great match like that.
Pat stood there with him, took the chops and more. And this man is somebody who hasn't fought since what, Mania 38, if I'm not mistaken. I could sworn that was probably his last match.
No,
Not
yeah,
that or SummerSlam. I think it was
against Baron
SummerSlam.
Corbin.
Baron
No,
Corbin,
wait.
SummerSlam.
He had a match against The Miz at Mania 39.
But like,
But
you know,
it was a
Oh.
squash
a
match.
legit match.
His,
A legit
his last
match.
actual match was against Baron Corbin.
Yeah, Baron Corbin. Okay, so but that was 3 years ago, and it's like you go into a match with a guy like a Gunther, who's as skilled as he is, and is as ruthless and brutal as he is. Obviously, look, I would have loved for Gunther to absolutely just beat the brakes off him, like some blood. I would have loved that. But at the end of the day, they didn't make Gunther look weak by just giving him respect. He gave him respect because unfortunately, it's what the match called for, right? Like, he stood in there, he banged with him, and it's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Gunther's probably gonna move on. I don't know. I really don't know what he's gonna do, but I'm pretty sure you got to find some way to kind of build him back up again, because a submission loss to Jey Uso, and then obviously this isn't a bad showing for him, but you kind of, the trajectory that he was on, now it's kind of slipped back down just a little bit, but you can easily build him back up because he's so talented, and I think he can, like Donnie was saying, I think he could snap back into that ruthlessness. I really do, and he showed it for a while because he literally choked out. I know you was talking about the Jimmy Uso stuff, but bro was ruthless on the night after WrestleMania. He didn't give no fucks. He was ready to kill Michael Cole. He was ready to kill Pat McAfee. And think about it. These are announcers, bro. If anything, the ruthlessness is even more because he's going after people that don't even wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
He don't care about nobody.
And Michael Cole is like respected with all the wrestlers, so most of them.
Hold on. I don't know if he won Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I don't know.
You already know who's winning that. You already know who's winning that.
We already know who winning that. Hey yo!
Stay humble.
God, shut up.
There we go, Lee. There we go.
The most humble guy in WWE.
I will say his theme song is fire. His theme song, I will say. His theme song's pretty good.
There you go.
I'm still humble.
You're gonna like what I'm gonna say.
Still.
Logan Paul will win the World Heavyweight title at Saturday Night Event.
This is a classy guy right here. I love
it. Before we move on, I want to say something like about the whole Gunther thing. Is that this isn't like the first time Gunther's actually done shit like, I've beat the fuck out of you, but I respect it because obviously they're not that good at wrestling. He did it all the fucking time on the Indies. Right? I think he did it a few times in NXT UK. Where he showed respect after a match. I think he did it with Ilya after their 5-star takeover. I think he showed a bit of respect. I'm not too sure there. But Gunther's been doing this for a while. Obviously, you've not seen it on the main roster, but everywhere else he's gone, he's been doing it. But like, I think this was WWE just trying to see if they could do shit like this with Gunther, like put him in a match with, say, Pat McAfee, to see if it would work.
Mm-hmm.
So they were just trying it out to see if you could actually put Gunther in a scenario like that and make it work, which it obviously did. So this is just them trying something out to see if they could do more of it in the future with Gunther. Because like Donnie says, he can turn into a beast at any moment again. We've seen that with Gunther. Like after he lost to Sami Zayn, right? He was away for a few weeks. He came back, won King of the Ring, and then just went on a run. He could easily bounce back. This isn't Gunther being buried at all. He's gonna go like after Mania last year. He went undefeated for a whole year again, losing at Mania again, and he's probably gonna do the same thing. Obviously, he's not gonna win a world title this time, but he's gonna just keep winning matches. He's not going to take a loss.
Mm.
If you
I
get
think
what I'm saying.
I think there's a big feud lined up for him, and I do not mean the Gunther feud. I do think there's probably a major feud lined up for him. At some point this year. I do. We obviously all know maybe the Gunther one. I mean, not the Gunther one. The Goldberg one is gonna happen, but I do think he has a major feud lined up for next year's Mania. That doesn't involve a world title, which is actually completely fine with me. I think the only way he does end up going for a world title is if he switches over to SmackDown. I really do think that's the only way.
Wouldn't
Other than
surprise me
that,
if that big feud is with like John Cena or something.
yeah, it could be. I would also I would love for them to run that feud, honestly. If he beats Cena for that title, and Gunther's a guy and knocks back Cena. We'll talk about the whole Cena thing after what Cena did after the match with Randy, but if he can somehow knock Cena into being a babyface again, I think that's the right guy to do it, man. Be some sense into Cena, just beat the absolute living hell out of him and take the title from him. That would put Gunther right back on the trajectory that he does need. But if he doesn't have that feud, I think a CM Punk feud is almost written, man. I would love for him and CM Punk to. And there's a lot of guys he hasn't really feuded with.
Him and AJ Styles haven't did anything.
Yeah,
yet,
yeah,
bro.
like him and Seth. Obviously, him and Seth. That's not happening now because Seth is obviously a heel. But CM Punk is literally right there. Like you just said, AJ Styles. There's a lot of guys on the Raw roster who he can feud with. But
Yeah.
Ghost, you have anything to say about this match?
Not really. I mean, this match was as expected. So.
In that case, Pat McAfee should challenge for the world.
He's just strong. He's just strong.
Rage bait.
You're
just ignore
trolling.
him at this point. Let's just ignore him at this point.
You're trolling.
It's not Tuesday yet.
All right.
Oh wow. Go.
Now,
Oh, wow.
Jay didn't give his thoughts on the Gunther.
He's currently not here. He's currently giving his daughter a bath. So
right.
he'll be back soon. And I know he's gonna want to talk about this match. So the main event, John Cena versus Randy Orton. Last time.
Well.
I just want to talk first, like before I even get into the match. That promo package, man, that should have me tearing up, man. Just seeing how many times these guys have actually gone against each other, dating back to 2002. I've seen every single one of their matches. I grew up around that rivalry. That was that was a rivalry that literally defined my childhood, man. Just seeing both of those guys, and then now 2025, seeing them for one last time put on the match that they just put on. Man, it's nothing. Look, I'll say this: it's nothing to write home about in terms of like graps, right? Like actual wrestling. But the entertainment aspect of this match was through the roof, man. Like the ref bumps and just the finisher fest that this was.
The multiple producers getting RKO'd.
Yeah, that was another one. And then seeing Cena go through two tables, bro. The first table not even breaking. That was honestly very hilarious. I think Cena had to.
Hold on, my fault, real quick. I'm just reading a comment. King Mike's still going on about the Gunther match. Real quick, if you ain't watched a match, like it, logically speaking, right? Not just like wrestler. Just because Pat isn't a wrestler, don't mean he's a bitch that's gonna take anything. The match was happening. Gunther was beating the shit out of him. It wasn't like he was whooping Gunther ass and Gunther, had nothing to answer him, and Gunther barely got away from him. Nah, Gunther was beating the shit out of him. Just that Pat was tough. That just because he's not a wrestler, don't makes him a bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's my point, bro.
That guy
Gunther looked weak by beating the shit out of Pat.
You gotta think, bro.
I think the only bad thing about that match was Michael Cole not getting choked out, like passing out. That was the only part, like that sort of ruined the match.
You gotta think, bro. Pat was an NFL player, getting knocked on his ass by people bigger than Gunther. I like.
All right, we move on.
But look, talking about the Cena and Orton match. Yeah, dude, like the shenanigans, they was overbooking like crazy in this match. And I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, like I don't think they trust Cena to like I don't think they trust
Jay,
Cena to put on.
Jay, you want to give your thoughts before you fully go in depth on the Cena in the match? You
Oh,
wanna give your thoughts on the
well.
match?
What did me and Jay tell you guys last time?
Listen, I'm gonna say this. First of all, first of all, so when Gunther and Randy have a slow match, it's peak.
Wait, I'm talking about the Pat and Gunther first.
Oh, you talking about Pat and Gunther?
Yeah, before we
Okay.
get into that match,
Uh, I definitely think that I was saying that I thought Pat should have been left bloodied, but
Yeah.
I did remember like he does get that NFL tax. However, I also felt like, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to build Gunther up. I think he should have, you know what I'm saying, I really think he should have beat the shit out of both of them. I think he should have left both of them bloody, but you know, they didn't want to do that. I thought it was a really good squash match, much better squash match than many people thought it would be. But at the same time, if you thought the issue wasn't the match quality. If you thought Pat McAfee was going, you know what I'm saying, put on a bad match, I don't know what to tell you. The issue was that there's like so much other stuff like that Gunther could be doing instead of feuding with Pat, which I guess is it's supposed to like make Gunther look strong, but you know what I'm saying? We saw what he did to Jimmy and then compare it with what he did to Pat. You know what I'm saying? It seems tame. I feel like what Pat and Michael Cole was doing was more, you know, like, it's worse than whatever Jey Uso did. So I think Gunther should have really let Pat have it, but you know, we can't all get what we want. It was okay. It was a fun match. It was a good match.
I mean, I think the whole thing with Gunther is he devalues his opponents, and he comes into the match like, bro, did people not see him smirking on his way to the laughing on his way to on the entrance? He was clearly devaluing, like he was clearly devaluing whatever Pat McAfee, you know, like this it's what he does. Like he just half-asses his matches with people he doesn't think are on his level. This is nothing new. But moving on from that, so I just seen Kiwi's comment about you know, the R-Truth stuff. Obviously, you know, after all the shenanigans and stuff like that, R-Truth was the final shenanigan, and Cena, you know, Randy Orton RKO'd R-Truth. Cena low blow, title shot to the head. I think this is actually going to do a lot for Cena's heel run, just for the simple fact that R-Truth is one of the most lovable baby faces there is out there. And if they do it right, like Cena literally has to beat the absolute shit out of R-Truth at Saturday night's main event. I think it could, man, if they could pull that off, you know, Cena could stick it with his heel run for just a little bit longer, because I think at some point it's probably gonna die off, just because. And this was the issue with turning him heel, is where people actually gonna boo him. Like, people are booing him because it's obviously the right thing to do, but they don't want to boo him, bro. They really don't. Nobody wants to boo John Cena in his final year. He's way past the booing him stuff. Like now, like he's way past that. People want to love John Cena, and I think that was the whole thing, with the heel turn. But I think this could actually do wonders for his heel turn, because R-Truth is that baby face that, you know, people just really love a lot. And there's a story to tell there with, you know, obviously R-Truth saying that that's his childhood hero, when, bro, R-Truth is literally probably 5 or 6 years older than John Cena, which absolutely makes no sense, honestly, in that in that aspect. But I just think it's really funny, and R-Truth had John Cena breaking character in the post conference, so that was pretty funny. But all in all, bro, I thought this match was very entertaining. I found myself laughing a lot throughout all of it. They started off very slow, but they ended up picking the pace up pretty well, and I really do think it's their best non-stipulation match. It's their best one.
Yeah, to me, I enjoyed the match a lot. I thought it was just fun. I'm not going into the match like, oh, I'm expecting to be this 5-star classic grab. I'm just like, yo, this is John Cena Randy Orton last match. Let me just sit and just enjoy it. Then you got R-Truth coming in there. Made sense to me. The last couple weeks, R-Truth been interacting with Randy Orton, supporting John Cena. We've been seeing how Truth love John Cena. So like him being in it, it made sense to me, and I enjoyed it, man. I liked it.
What you think, Lee?
Honestly, the match itself was amazing. You know, the spots with Randy, the ref being taking a bump, and Randy hitting basically everyone in the ring with an RKO, which I do think will lead to a match with Nick Aldis down the line, because this is the third time he's received an RKO. So this will probably lead to a match, probably at SummerSlam, between Orton and Nick Aldis, because I can't think of anything for Orton to do over the summer now than feud with Nick Aldis, because they were building it kind of when Kevin Owens came out. So I think that's what they're going to do with Orton over the summer. So obviously, this Cena and R-Truth, this is a match I've been wanting to see for years, just with the amount of times that R-Truth calls Cena his childhood hero. You know, just for his heart to get crushed last night at the press conference by getting AA through a table. You know, it's just going to be pure emotion for R-Truth, and he's just going to. I think it should be a squash match, but I think just to really cement that Cena don't give a fuck about you. He'll do what he wants, type thing. But the match itself was good. The title, hitting him with the title, that's just going to be the new normal for Cena when it comes to his title defenses. I don't want to see it every time, but it does make sense as to why he does it.
I would hope that the finish to his matches. Obviously, I never really expected the title shot to the face being like the end of the match. One thing that I really hope for Cena's heel run was that the STF that he locked on Punk back at Elimination Chamber. I thought, I think that'd be the perfect way to end every match for Cena as a heel. Like just the way he locks it with just his arms is like basically wrapped around your head. I think that's like the perfect way. I mean, it is what it is, Like Lee said, I don't really think every match should end with a title shot to the head. But at the end of the day, he is a heel, and he's a heel that wants to ruin wrestling. So, by any means necessary, I guess, right? Go ahead. You can talk about this match.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. What did me and Jay tell you guys last week? How good this match was going to be?
I don't remember either of you saying anything.
I did. I'm pretty sure. It was probably in the Discord call, but either way, I need my Cena apology forms ASAP. Because Cena and Randy was very fucking good. Some people try to say it was Cena's best match in 5 years. I'm still gonna take Cena versus Roman at SummerSlam. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's up there. It's probably
it's out of those two matches, honestly.
It's the second best, absolutely. So it cooked. It was very entertaining, and of course, Cena once again wins. LOL. We're not shocked. And also, Cena took a lot of finishers.
Yeah,
I really like that so much.
Yes, Super Cena was in effect, man. He was definitely in effect in this one. Jay, what do you have to say?
Man, okay, wait, man. Cena versus Orton. That match, for me, I'm sitting at home. I'm watching that match, and then I did that. You know what I'm saying? That I'm gonna put it like this, bro. Sometimes in life, when we watch wrestling, the way we absorb wrestling is different than what I'm saying, the average consumer, based on like how we view it. Like we view it talking in kayfabe, angles, yada yada yada. Sometimes we could just forget to be a fan. But when I'm sitting there and the bell rung for Cena versus Randy, and I just felt like, obviously, when you talk about the in-ring aspect, Randy and Cena don't have that many classics necessarily, but just the way that you feel and the emotion that invokes in you when you watch certain performers, that's how I felt. I felt like I was 8 years old again back in 2009 watching them feud, bro. And the electricity in St. Louis and just the atmosphere. Sometimes for a wrestling match, you don't need all the flips, you don't need all the insane spots. You just need a bunch of big spots and a hot crowd, and that's exactly what we got, man. We got a bunch of finishers. We got a hot angle. Randy RKOing everybody. Cena and Randy doing insane callbacks. Just having a good basic wrestling match, and that's all they really needed. They didn't need a spot fest. They just needed a good basic wrestling match. And I think they told a great story. I loved Cena's heel work in that match. I continue to love Cena's heel work. I loved Cena's work in that match. I loved just the dirt, just the slimy bastard that Cena is now. And I love Randy still being himself. You know, Randy could have what's it called? Wrestled like a little bit more like a face. But no, he stuck to his guts and showed that at the end of the day, no matter what, he's still Randy Orton. He's still Mr. Backdoor. And just even the R Truth angle, like I'm not even trying to sound smarky, but obviously nobody could predict everybody Cena was gonna face or have an angle with. But you got to be foolish to think that Cena and R Truth would do absolutely nothing. Like, I mean, come on. He's been talking. You don't just talk about someone for so long and there be like nothing that comes out of it. You know what I mean? Like nothing. You telling me our truth was gonna get nothing out of it? Come on, bro. We got to be realistic with ourselves. And man, the table spot. Cena was bumping good. Randy was bumping good. I I love that match. Honestly, I really love that match. I understand if people don't like it, but for me, sitting at home watching it, being happy, and I knew they weren't gonna have a bad match. People was trying to say, "Oh, is it gonna be bad?"
No,
Like you can't go into everything with a negative lens. I understand you've seen it versus Cody was what it was, but like I don't know how to explain it. I felt like that. I knew that this match would stop. I knew that this match would mesh better because Randy, he got his slow style. But like I was saying earlier, I was trying to say you can have a slow match and it still be a good match. You know what I mean? Randy versus Gunther, great example. And now Randy versus Cena. I think I gotta rewatch that match, bro. I loved it.
Yeah. Look, let's talk about the moment after the match. Obviously Cena, you know, he's saying that he wants more competition. Um, and steps out of the ring only just to step back into the ring, and he has this like almost like emotional moment, like he's about to cry or something. Like I think he's literally about to cry, or he like feels emotional because maybe it's the match that he just had. He knows that it was his last time facing Randy Orton, who's obviously one of his greatest rivals in the history of the WWE, and he knows that himself. Or is he feeling like maybe him, being this asshole, um, maybe it's getting to him, and you can kind of see that in the press conference. He says, he starts to backtrack. He starts to say that, maybe I should start to take questions from you guys again and not be such an asshole about it. So maybe it is that. Maybe this is a slow, maybe this is
turn again.
yeah, like maybe this is him diving back into his baby face again. But the R Truth stuff is about to halt it just a little bit more,
Yeah,
obviously, because
it's gonna be a while. I feel like when Cena, in order for Cena to turn face again, sorry to interrupt you, Rod, but he's probably gonna have to lose the belt if to turn face.
I'm very interested to see where the story goes, because I think this is going to be. I think if he is to massacre, how I think he's going to massacre our truth, I think we're going to start to see John Cena like kind of backtracking himself, like, oh, why am I doing this stuff? What? This isn't me. You know what am I really doing? So it's going to be really interesting what the next couple of months holds, because obviously we're in May. you know, I would only assume he's only going to be heel for maybe 4 or 5 more months, because at some point, by the time September, October comes around, you got to turn this guy babyface again. I think definitely by October, give him his last 2 months as a babyface. So I think he only has like 4 or 5 more months left in his heel run. What do you think, Donnie?
Yeah, I agree with what you were saying. While you was talking, all I could just think about is the way to make him face. Put him against Logan Paul, man. You know what I'm saying? Let Logan be the person to take the title off. You know what I'm saying? Let Logan take the title off him,
I'm
man.
a big
Why
Logan
not?
Paul
You know?
fan, but I'm gonna have to disagree.
What did this
Oh,
nigga? What did he
man.
just say?
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Can we keep Logan Paul
What's-
away
Yo,
from an
what is
actual
he talking
wrestler?
about?
Why do y'all hate Logan Paul so much?
Yo,
What are we doing
bring
here?
him down. Bring
Listen.
him down for like 1 minute, bro.
What are we doing here?
The
Yo,
yapping
we gotta
of
bring
Logan Paul.
producer. We gotta bring him down for a minute, bro.
The
That's
yapping of Logan Paul.
That was crazy.
I can't
Disgusting.
express my opinion. I can't express my opinion.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Donnie.
bro. That's
That was
that's
the worst
wrong.
thing
Donnie,
on
you,
top.
wait,
Yo,
Donnie,
wait,
you
wait,
can express
wait,
your
wait,
opinion,
wait,
but
Nah,
your
bro,
opinion's
Johnny,
wrong.
Johnny,
don't think
Johnny ain't
that
saying
there's
nothing
no
the
wrong
whole
opinion.
stream.
Don't think there's no wrong opinion.
Johnny
bro.
ain't
That's
saying
wrong
nothing the
opinion.
whole time he's here.
It's not even an opinion. It's just
Johnny,
wrong.
man.
W Johnny.
Oh,
What a great
this
guy.
Johnny, this guy. Look at Johnny, man.
Yeah, W Johnny.
Oh,
That's the
man.
worst thing you ever fucking said. Just shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, man.
Oh, brother in Christ. Logan Paul makes Cena more of a heel.
Heck, what? Come on, man. That's man.
This is disgusting
hey,
work by Donnie Blaze.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, man.
That's a
Donnie
nasty thing you ever
Blaze.
said.
All right, hold on. Let's get your explanation as to why you think Logan
Ah.
Paul should be the one to take the title off John Cena.
Let me know when he's
Oh
done.
man. Listen. If we talk about okay, hear me out.
Let me know when he's
All
done.
right, hear me
bro.
out. Hear me out. Okay. What is this? Why is this guy leaving? What is wrong with this guy?
Bye-bye.
All right, so look, if we trying to make John Cena this lovable, like, well, he already a lovable face, but like, he's a face. You want a counterpart, a heel for him to go against. Why not let it be Logan Paul? That's one of the most hated people on the roster. Is that crazy? To have a heel go against a face John Cena? Come on, what are we doing here?
But why should he win the world title? What do you seeing how his U.S. title run went? Don't you think, bro, a part-time champion again?
Whoa, part-time. Whoa, chill out with the part-time.
He showed up more than
What are you
Roman.
talking about,
Whoa,
I'm getting mad,
What do you
bro.
mean?
What are you talking about, man?
Whoa. Chill out with the part-time.
Is he not part-time?
He's not part-time.
Donnie.
Full-time Logan right now.
Has he even been seen after WrestleMania?
Yeah,
Are
he
you
has
crazy?
actually.
Yes, he made appearance.
He's been there
made
the past
appearance.
couple of weeks, Axel.
He was on Raw. He was on Raw just previously. He had the Raw with Jey Uso. That was a week prior to that. What are we doing?
Oh yeah, he has been.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, yeah, full time, yeah. He's very much part time. Not no more. No.
I guess we'll see.
No.
Look. After he loses to Jey Uso, we'll see how full time he really is. Or you know,
what are we doing here?
We'll see.
Wait. Okay, wait. Did he have a match at the Rumble? I'm genuinely.
He was in the match.
He was in the Rumble match.
He was at the Rumble. What was after that?
Chamber.
Was he at Chamber?
No, qualifying match against Rey Mysterio.
Oh yeah, he did win. No. He was in the Chamber. He was in the Chamber.
And he was in the Chamber.
Yeah.
And then after that was WrestleMania. He was there for Mania. After that, the stuff building up to the last couple weeks. He been there. What are we talking about? He's been full, bro. He's been. Wait.
2 weeks don't make you full time, bro. 2 weeks
don't make you full time. All right. Look. Hear me out.
Oh my god.
Hear me out. He been there multiple times in a month, more than like, you know what I'm saying? Just a part-time, I think it's like WrestleMania. He'll appear at WrestleMania. That's it. But like he's there each PLE, and he's there on the weekly shows, having matches on weekly shows and PLE. That's not part-time. I'm sorry, that's not part-time.
Donnie, what would you describe part-time?
Okay. So explain to me if he's not a full-time right now, explain to me how he's part-time.
Still going.
He's full time right now, I guess.
All right, so he's a full-time wrestler. Okay,
guess.
cool. Now it's not all I guess. He's full-time.
I guess.
He's full-time, he's part-time.
Well, we'll see how full time he really is after he loses here.
But right in this moment, is he full-time? Yes. He is. Yes.
Let's see if he keeps up with it, because he has lied before. He has lied. He has lied about being full time before.
Other times, he
lied.
That's a good thing.
Talk about him. He's a WWE wrestler.
Wait. All right. John just said because he's only there part of the time, not the majority of the time on the year. Okay, cool. Since he said he was full time at the Netflix premiere, have he not been full time? Since he said he was full-time, Netflix premiere, have he not been full-time? You saying
He
he's
wasn't
only
even on the
Sergeant
Netflix premiere. He was
has
sitting
been-
in the crowd.
Okay. Was he there or no?
He was sitting in the crowd.
Was he there
Like
or
a
no?
lot of other wrestlers.
Wait, no, like, was he there or no?
Cody
Like,
Rhodes
he
was there. Cody Rhodes was there. He was sitting in the
Cody
crowd.
Rhodes was there and he was sitting in the crowd.
So was he there or no?
I'm just saying he's sitting in the crowd, bro.
Wait, was he there or no? Like, I'm just trying to figure out. Was he there or no? I'm trying to figure out. Was he there? He was there. That's what they chose for him to do that. They chose he don't book it. He there though.
I had to
All right,
report for
there we
work,
go.
but All right. So
He didn't-
look, I just want to touch on this a little bit because obviously Cody, he hasn't been seen since WrestleMania.
What side gun is there more? Vanessa, what is Johnny on about? What is this guy Johnny on about? Full-time Logan,
Okay, obviously a lot of people were expecting Cody. A lot of people and myself were expecting Cody Rhodes to appear last night. Really, it didn't happen. Cody Rhodes is set to appear this Friday.
Okay.
What is the direction for him? Because there's still a lot of time in between now and SummerSlam. Does he have a tune-up feud? Is he going straight after the title? Like what? I honestly don't even understand what Cody Rhodes is going to do for now until SummerSlam.
Shit, what do you mean facts? How's it facts? Johnny's spewing malarkey. What are we doing here?
What do you?
That's a bit ironic coming from you, spreading
What's up?
malarkey.
Ah man, full time.
Cody,
the Cody thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really don't know, because like I'm under the impression that Cody probably will get the title back later on, and later on. But like him having a match against Cena at SummerSlam, it's like I don't know if that should be. I don't know if that should be a thing.
Who do you think should be seen in a SummerSlam match?
That's something I haven't even.
It's gonna be Cody.
People, to be honest, I see people saying like
I see a lot of people saying Punk.
Punk should be facing him at Money in the Bank. No,
Oh.
it should not be Money in the Bank. Yeah, I feel like if we do,
They just want it for the nostalgia.
Yes, because like they think about they had a match at Money in the Bank, so let's do it again. No, just because they don't have to do that Money in the Bank again, bro.
I will say I don't see the point in doing Punk and Cena at this moment in time.
Okay,
because of what Punk's doing with Seth Rollins.
Exactly. So Money in the Bank will be
Doesn't
pointless.
want that. He doesn't-
Money
Money
in the Bank
than a
is
month
3
away.
weeks away, bro.
It's less
3
than a month
weeks.
away.
That's crazy. It's
right
crazy,
there.
man.
And then if you're trying to have that match at Money in the Bank, it's like you'll be rushing that crazy. You low-key just kind of rush the Randy thing, but now you're trying to do it for the Punk thing too. Like, nah, hold on. Let them have their match at SummerSlam. Let Punk do what he's doing with Rollins and them, Money in the Bank, whatever else, and then let them go there.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm the only one under this sentiment. I feel like obviously Randy and Cena had a lot of shenanigans. I think Punk and Cena, bro, those are like it's a match made in heaven. I think those two should straight up just have a wrestling match. Not even like no interferences, no nothing. Because those two together, when you pair them up, there's something special. They make magic, and they've done it on more than one occasion. Because a lot of people talk about Money in the Bank. It's not just Money in the Bank. It's Monday Night Raw in 2013. It's the Night of Champions one in 2012, which is very highly underrated. That not even a lot of people talk about. They are a match made in heaven, and the chemistry with the two is absolutely off the charts. Obviously, Cena's not the same he was all those years ago. He's obviously 47 years old now, but Punk is still very, very talented, and Cena is very, very talented still. That I really do think that they can make a match that is worthwhile, that doesn't need interferences. And I guess this is my question to you guys that I posed. Do you think the WWE trusts John Cena to do a match with absolutely no shenanigans due to his age?
Shenanigans as in people coming out?
Yeah, people coming out, ref bumps and all this other stuff.
To be very honest, I'm fine with the idea of the ref bumps and shit like that. I do think that Cena could obviously go out there and put on a match. Him and Punk, they just go out there, they could put on a match and have a clean finish. But it's if you don't need to do that, you could just stick with what Cena been doing with the not winning clean, added to his heel character, and the people that's losing, they also protect it in the loss too. I'm fine with it. But
They're
if
gonna
they
they're
wanna-
gonna protect CM Punk. So
I'm saying if you want to go out there to have a straight up match, and then whoever if Punk lose clean, he lose clean, then do that. But
What do you think, Lee?
I'm fine with heel tactics.
What do you think, Lee? Like, do you think they trust John Cena at this point in time? Obviously he's 47 years old, but do you think they trust him to put on a match that doesn't have anything to do with shenanigans?
Yeah, I think they do. Because when you think about it, only since he's turned heel that the shenanigans happened. Like, he's had matches in, like 2023, 2022, 2021 where there's been like no shenanigans. And these are only like what 2-3 years ago.
Yep.
I think this is just they're just doing the shenanigans as part of the heel run. That's all.
I think the punk one in specific, I think should be just in the ring, and you don't do too many shenanigans. If you want to do a ref bump and have Cena win dirty, that's fine. But I think a majority of the match needs to be more in ring centralized, because I think those two can. It's been done in the past between the two. They clearly have a lot of chemistry together, and they love working against one another. I think those two should go at it in the ring for 15 minutes or whatever it is. I think just a 20-minute match between the two could be great. Obviously last night
20,
was
20 is fair. 20 is fair.
If I'm not mistaken, hold on, let me see. Was last night like 30?
Last night was like 27.
It was 27:50, so it's nearing the 30-minute range. I was very entertained by almost all of it.
Yeah.
But okay, so we'll get star ratings from you guys right now. We'll start with the first match, Fatal 4-Way star ratings.
3.5.
I think a 4 is fair. 4 is fair.
Ghost?
For the Fatal 4-Way, 4.
Yeah. Okay, second match. Lyra and Becky.
That's
4.
like a 4.25. Oh no, that's up there.
Might be 4.5.
For me, it's a 4.25. Oh, the first match for me was a 4. I didn't give mine on that one. Okay. Third match, Dom and Penta IC title.
That's like a 3.
I'm gonna go 3 as well.
3.25.
I'm gonna go 3 as well.
3.
What do you think? There. All right, Pat and Gunther.
That's 3.75.
I'm gonna go 3.5.
3.75.
I'm gonna give it a
Same.
3.75 because of
I'm
the
gonna-
stuff that Pat McAfee was able to do in that match.
I'm gonna say 3. Same thing.
And then main event. What are we thinking?
4. 4 is
I'm
fair.
gonna go 4.25.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
4. Maybe
Oh
4.
wow!
Look, maybe 4.5. Look, maybe it's just a nostalgia, but they got me, man. They got
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
They were able to drag me in the match. The match felt it felt big. It felt like
Oh yeah, for
his
sure.
last time. Whatever. And bro, I just want to say something. St. Louis was a phenomenal crowd last night for every
sure.
match, and that main event, man, like they was rocking for it. So me personally, crowd investment and just the enjoyment of the match that I personally had, I think I'm gonna lean more towards like 4.5, because I was just super invested. I was laughing a lot. Shit, I was even watching a match with a friend that hasn't watched WWE in 15 years, and he was laughing his ass off. So even just that alone, just showing it to a friend who really doesn't even watch at all, he was having a lot of fun. So I think that's what I would go with it.
I've just seen what somebody put in the comments. Cena and Travis versus Cody and Pat. Are we for fucking real right now?
Let's move on. Go ahead
that
and give
is-
your rating.
that-
Go ahead and give your rating. Move on.
Go give your rating.
He's gone.
Come on, son.
Okay, all right.
Why are you
go-
singing feed? Stop putting that in the air. Why?
I ain't
Not
gonna lie,
gonna lie,
bro.
not gonna lie. That
After
song is like-
WrestleMania, that oh my
Bro,
god.
Travis I ain't gonna lie. I'll be calling you an oil farmer, but Travis, the way he walked down the title, he was.
Fucking or
Yo, I'm
He
just
was
saying.
aura
though,
farming.
hygienic.
He was oil farming. He was oil
He was aura
farming.
farming.
Low-key though, low-key. It was working though. It was working though. He was
He
just
was-
vibing, walking out with the title, just chilling. Pulled up on Cody. I don't know, man.
He was that slow ass walk. He was definitely trying to soak it in, trying
You
to
know what
oil
I'm
farm.
saying? He was on his ghost timing, man.
All
Good shit,
in
good
all,
shit.
star rating for the whole show. All in all,
A 4.5.
3.75.
I'm gonna go like a 4.25 on this show, maybe a 4. I think I'm gonna go more to 4.
Yeah.
Backlash delivers again.
Yeah.
Ghost.
Pretty good.
I like 3.5.
3.5. Wow.
Fuck
There
with
you
it.
go.
Oh wait, for the whole pay per view.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole paper.
All right, maybe 3.75 or 4.
Speaking of Backlash delivering again, this is like the 4th consecutive year that Backlash has delivered pretty well. We have 2022, 23, 24, and 25. 22 being in I don't remember where it was, but then 23 and 24 were obviously international.
22 was at
in
Rhode Island.
Providence, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Providence, Rhode Island. Yeah. And then 23 was in PR. 24
Yep.
was in Lyon, France, and then obviously this year's back in the States, St. Louis, Missouri. All 4 of these shows the last 4 years have been very, very good. Honestly, I think it's worth talking about. How would y'all rank these 4 Backlash pay-per-view?
All right,
hold on.
pay-per-views?
Number 1, I think it's the Puerto Rico one. That's number 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 2, low key might be 2025. Number 3, I'm trying to remember the 2022 card because I remember. Yeah, please, yes, please.
I had Ronda
I'll
Charlotte. I had Ronda Charlotte in an I Quit match.
Hold on.
That was a cool match.
It had go ahead.
Seth, Cody, and Seth 2.
Okay.
Omos defeated Bobby Lashley.
That match was
Okay.
Edge beat AJ Styles. Ronda beat Charlotte. Madcap Moss beat Corbin. And then also you had that 6-man tag, the Bloodline versus RK Bro.
So far is Puerto Rico, St. Louis. Can you tell me what France one was? I remember it was AJ Styles and
Cody.
It had
remember the tag team match to start the show.
That one.
Start the show.
Match.
To start the show.
Was that
it started off with Solo and Tama versus Kevin Owens and Randy. Then it was
like a street
Bayley,
fight, right?
Naomi, and Tiffany.
Yeah, it was a street fight. Yep. And then that triple threat between Naomi, Tiffany,
Damien Priest and Jey Uso, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus the Kabuki Warriors. And the main event was Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles.
Classic.
All right. Let me go PR. I'm gonna go Puerto Rico. I'm gonna go. Oh, that's tough. I'll probably go Puerto Rico.
I think France is second.
France, right? All right,
France is second.
The crowd was going crazy. All right,
bro.
Puerto Rico, France, St. Louis, and then
obviously
Rhode Island one last.
I think that's my ranking too, just because, bro. Like, bro. Okay, so PR for me is I'm very biased towards that because I was there, but that crowd is that crowd at the event, bro. That shit started off with Bianca and Io straight anger, like that shit, bro. There was only one bad match the whole night, and if you could think that the worst match of the night was a 6-man tag with the Bloodline being your worst match, because Seth and Omos.
Oh my
actually
God.
had a respectable good match.
That was a good match.
The 6-man tag, like none of the matches were bad. I mean, you've got Cody and Brock on the card.
That wasn't really bad either. It just
wasn't bad. That was actually a good match.
It shouldn't have been a main event, but it wasn't bad.
But man, and then just like Bad Bunny and Damian Priest just stole the fucking show. Like that was
Bianca.
Bianca. Yeah, there was a lot of
crazy too.
Yeah, that should have been embedded.
And then not over the Bad Bunny and Priest match.
That match was good.
That should have been main event
that
right there.
should have definitely been the main event.
Anyway, Ghost, you want to go next?
Yeah.
I mean, I have the same ranking as Donnie.
All right. My number 1 is obviously Puerto Rico.
Okay.
My number 2 is St. Louis. Ghost, you're going to be shocked at this. Number 3 is France.
That's interesting.
You know, even though... and then number 4 is the 2023 one.
Number 4. Listen.
Oh, no, 2022. Sorry.
To be honest though, like on that 2022 one, that was a good one right there. Seth versus Cody and to
Wrong
me,
winner.
You can argue
Get a grip.
but But to me,
Not wrong.
that was their like best like in ring was like match. If we just talking straight grabs, I think that was their best one. And then you ended that off with that tag match. Fucking amazing tag match. Yeah, I don't know. I fuck with that one too. But it just the other ones was just better.
Oh, all right. We could talk about a little bit of some of the wrestling that we saw this week. We'll start with Monday night. I want to start off with this. The women have been dominating as of late, bro. Roxanne Perez and Io Sky this past Monday night. Woo, man. I honestly thought I really thought that at Backlash we were gonna get Io and Rhea versus Roxanne and Julia. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. We're actually gonna get that tomorrow night, which I'm very excited about that match. That women's tag team match could steal the show tomorrow. But man, Roxanne and Io is, it's crazy to say, she might be the best wrestler in the WWE today. Bro, her catalog this year is ridiculous. Like TV bangers, pay-per-view bangers, like just the whole thing, the whole catalog. She's just, bro, she's been the ace of the company so far this year. I really do think.
Yeah.
Like what y'all think?
I think she's up there.
She is the best in the world right now.
Yeah, she's up there.
She's killing it, and they're putting Roxanne in a really good position now. Her tag teaming with Julia, I like that little heel combination right there, both of them too. Man, shit.
I'm looking at her catalog right now. This is
it's crazy.
Very good.
Her range is great, but she has a tag team match, I believe, this year that is great with her. I think it's her and I want to say it's her and Dakota versus Livin.
Yeah, it was.
Was her and Bianca, was that this year or last year? I think it was last year. No? Remember they had that fire ass match on Monday Night Raw.
I'm gonna have to pull up.
It might have been last year. It might have been last
year. Cage match right now. I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm gonna have to pull up cage match.
They had a match. They had a match on Monday Night Raw that was just so fucking heat. This is when it was tag team champions. I don't know, but she got that match. She got the match against Stephanie. She got the match against Roxanne. She got the match at WrestleMania. The match against Rhea when she won the world title.
Bro, listen to these
tag matches earlier. Yeah, she was
listen to the matches that she's had this year. So, look, she has a crazy good match with Liv Morgan, Elimination Chamber qualifier back in February. That was great. You know it's crazy because I'm talking about Io Sky a lot, but Liv Morgan got quite the catalog this year. Liv Morgan got quite the catalog. Obviously this one, Dakota Kai and Io Sky, Damage Control up against Liv Morgan and Raquel for the women's tag team titles. Yeah, that's another one. Obviously Io Sky, Rhea Ripley for the women's world heavyweight title. Where obviously Io Sky won. Man, another one. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley again on a Monday Night Raw. Where Bianca Belair was the special guest referee. Obviously, the 5-star classic that was at WrestleMania. Bro, Io Sky and Jordan Grace versus Julia and Roxanne just a couple of weeks ago on NXT. I really don't even think Io Sky has missed this year. To be honest. I just listed off all of her matches except for one. There's one match that I didn't list off. Well, obviously the Rumble. I didn't list that one, but in all reality, I didn't list off one match, and it was Dakota Kai and Io Sky versus Pure Ass Collective, just because they fucking suck. But I'm not gonna list that. I'm not gonna list that one. But yeah, her catalog this year is second to none, bro. I don't know if anybody outside of maybe Liv that has the catalog that she has this year.
But yeah, she's been doing her thing.
Another match we could talk about. Obviously, the main event of Monday Night Raw.
Cool. What happened there, bro?
And Seth Rollins. Bro, this was. I don't know. Okay, there's something about Jey Uso that when he goes against Seth Rollins, bro, Seth Rollins just brings out the best in him. I mean, but who doesn't Seth Rollins bring the best out of? Like,
Seth hasn't missed this year either, by the way. Just saying.
Seth is another one. Seth, I think, aces of the company. You're talking about aces of the company currently right now. You're looking at guys like Seth Rollins. You're looking at females like Liv Morgan, like Io Sky. I mean, these are all three people that are company. They backpacking. They backpacking right now. You talking character work, mic work. I mean, maybe not so much the character work on the side of Io Sky. I really do think the wrestling is doing a lot more of that lifting. But she's been just such a on screen, on TV really good wrestler this year that you got to kind of put her up there. She hasn't had a bad match. But the other two, Liv Morgan and Seth, it's the whole package. The matches, the character work, the mic work. It's everything is flowing for these two. But all three of these people are aces of the company. But this match, Seth Rollins, man, special talent, special individual. He just knows when to turn it on. And obviously CM Punk coming out. I didn't expect it, at least. I don't know if any of y'all did. I personally didn't expect it, at least. So when I heard CM Punk's music
piece of shit
hit, I popped instantly. I'm like, oh shit! I'm over here under the impression, damn, they really go do Jay dirty, give Seth world title. That was my impression. Once I saw that the match was made official for tonight or for that specific night, I was like, yeah, it's over for Jay, bro. Seth was
I knew they wasn't doing that because Seth not the person to take the title off of Jay. We know who taking that off of Jay. So I was like, I'm just saying. I just know that
walk out again.
Some shenanigans gotta happen, Now, speaking of that, though, I was expecting Logan to be there, do something live, but he ain't do that live. He did it after the show, but yeah.
Seth Rollins had a good match against
Mojo
Rawley.
A piece of shit.
What'd you think of the match, Ghost? What'd you think of this match?
Oh, this guy. Oh man, CM Punk's a piece of shit. That's what I think.
Oh wow.
Oh, you didn't like the match?
That's
you didn't,
interesting.
No, the match was great. The match was great, but CM Punk's a piece of shit. We'll give him that get back soon. Don't worry.
Hey, look, the Buckle Boys champs here. Marcus.
What are we thinking about? What do we think about Jey Uso, man? Is Jey only just somebody who could just have good matches here and there? Depending on who it is.
All I'm say with Jey Uso is just give the fucking title to Logan Paul.
All right. Yo!
What?
Yo, give him a raise.
Why are we rage baiting? It's not Tuesday.
Give the title to Logan
It's
Paul.
not fucking Tuesday. Stop rage
There we go.
baiting.
This is what I love to see. This is amazing. This is excellent.
Donnie brings out the rage baiting people. That's what I'm thinking.
Nigga said lead drunk. What is wrong with Marcus?
Who might be?
No,
I'm actually not allowed to drink right now.
Oh,
that's
wow.
Interesting.
That's unfortunate for you.
Lee spitting that real, bro. Spitting that real.
No.
We can move on to SmackDown. I don't know about y'all. Look, SmackDown
I haven't even watched SmackDown.
Was low key not even all that bad this week.
It wasn't.
There was a lot of great wrestling on the show, and one of the matches I really do want to start off with. And they were progressing some storylines this week. I thought they were doing really good. I think there's just like a major superstar presence that's missing from the show. A major angle, a world title. Because like obviously like Cena, I think it's a really good angle, but there's a major storyline missing, right, from SmackDown. Yeah. That is the only thing. I think everything that they're doing within the tag division and within the mid card, it's actually flowing pretty well. And the women's division too, though. Yeah, even the women's division. I just think there's like a big storyline missing that's hindering the show. But I think everything else that they're doing, and honestly, the tag team division is carrying the show. I think it's the calling card of the show. If SmackDown, the calling card could be tag team wrestling, and then you could have like a major storyline attached to it with a world title. And I think this whole Jeff Cobb stuff, I think that could be the major storyline. See what plays out with Jacob Fatu and Jeff Cobb and Solo. I think that could be a major storyline that could play in a SmackDown. But the first match I do want to talk about, and this was a surprising match to me. This is the best that Jade Cargill has looked in, man, I'd say a while. Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. Bro, I was not expecting much.
Oh, niggas gotta give Nia Jax her fucking credit. Nia Jax is good, bro. I've been trying to tell niggas for a little minute. She like that, bro. And she got a thing. Her and Jade went out there and they went crazy.
I was not expecting much. I was expecting a snooze fest, and these women They proved me wrong. Ghost, did you watch this match?
Which one?
Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. SmackDown. Well, number 1 contenders.
Tiffany
Yes,
was
I
out
did.
there.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What'd you think of it? I really thought it was really good, honestly.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
That's real.
The next match I want to talk about. Street Profits and Fraxium. When does Fraxium not cook? Well, like, when does Fraxium have a bad match?
They won't.
Look at this, the host of the show.
All right,
saying?
let me just take over. When does
There you
Fraxium
go.
have a bad match?
I'm here.
No, you're right there. No, you're right there.
Right.
All right.
What?
I
Very
don't know what
interesting.
happened.
Very interesting. Okay. Now I'm curious. Go on.
Street Profits, Fraxium. Fraxium gets a signature win, honestly, over the Street Profits, who obviously were aiding their injuries. Man, this was great, bro. This was. Damn, I don't want to put it as the best TV match of the whole week. I don't know, because Seth and Jay was that good, but man, Street Profits and Fraxium, it can kind of creep there, man. This was a
good.
phenomenal
I like that
match.
Another good match was the tag match opener show was pretty good too.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Usually when they do those type of matches, like whatever. But like that was actually a good ass match.
Damian Priest and LA Knight versus Solo and Jacob. Yeah, that was another one, man. Like, bro, tag team matches as of late have been really good.
And they did Andrade and Rey Fenix versus
we'll get to that one.
My fault. You know, those some fun tag matches.
We'll get to that one. But yeah, this is another one. You know, it looks like the Fraxium is gonna get a tag title opportunity. Saturday night's main event. We thinking maybe might be. Do y'all any chance y'all see Fraxium winning this one if they go for the titles?
No. Especially with them having stuff with DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. One of them will interfere and cost the match.
Okay.
I think it's too early for the Street Profits to drop their titles, and I think it's too early for Fraxium to get the tag titles too.
What do you think, Ghost?
I don't think Fraxium's gonna win. They're probably gonna lose. So
they definitely do gotta look. I like how Triple H obviously look. There was a certain way that Shawn Michaels booked them. Shawn Michaels booked them as the guys in NXT. Like, you had to beat these guys if you wanted to be the tag team. I like how Triple H has kind of continued that. Just he's obviously building them up because he wants more people to know about Fraxium on the main roster. But I like how Triple H has continued the momentum that they've had from NXT. And honestly, bro, never. I'm not saying never, but don't break them up anytime soon. Like I know that was a thing that they were kind of going for last year a little bit.
Fraxium's okay.
Honestly, don't even think about breaking these guys up anytime soon.
Oh, yeah.
I was very shocked though to see them land on SmackDown. I thought they could have helped Raw major. I'm
glad they was SmackDown though, bro.
Yeah, I just think Raw, they could have built the division around them.
Yeah,
that was my sentiment. But I love this. They're in a division with a lot of stacked tag teams.
Yeah,
and they could get showcased a lot better. I really.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I like them on. Now, when they do a draft, I'll be fine with them going over to Raw and like helping it out and just making the divisions even. But like, shit, them on SmackDown make the most sense right now. I fuck with it.
Moving on to the next match. This was another one that I really thoroughly enjoyed. Carmelo Hayes versus Aleister Black. I see people on the timeline on Twitter saying they haven't seen Aleister Black move like this in years. Apparently, I watched like here and there a little bit of his AEW run. It's true. I think he was invested a little bit at first, and then I think after a while he was kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But he's working he's working really good right now. I like this little feud he's having right now with Carmelo Hayes. I hope they continue it. I really do. I think these two guys, again, from what I've seen, they have great chemistry in the ring. I think these guys could work really good together. And I would love to see, maybe something a little bit along the lines of Carmelo and Andrade, where they have 7 matches, a best of 7. man, maybe you could see something like that from Alistair. Maybe it's too soon. I don't know. You just did a series of 7 matches in October, in the fall now.
Yeah.
And maybe it's too soon to do it now, but yeah, what a great way to bring Alistair in and put him into a feud directly with Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is obviously one of the more talented wrestlers on the roster, and he's a young rising star. And I think this is going to be great for both of them. Don't matter who loses the feud. I think it could be great for both of them.
Yeah.
What y'all think? What y'all think of this match?
I enjoyed it.
I can't
It was a
comment
good
on
match.
this match. I didn't watch it yet.
Are y'all liking this pairing of the Miz and Carmelo Hayes?
Yeah, I like it. I like the pairing of it. I just hope that like there's more like for Melo after. Like I don't want to just be like, okay, hit him with the Miz. Like it's fun for the moment. It's cool for the moment. I do want to see him hold the United States title. I do want to see him do more than just this stuff. So hopefully it's more.
Ghost.
I didn't really watch the match, so
Oh man! All right,
yeah,
let's get into
SmackDown was in and out.
let's get into a match that obviously you were talking about. Donnie Garza's Andrade and Rey Fenix.
Mhm.
They didn't have a lot of time. This match, I believe, started 30 minutes. It started like with literally 30 minutes left to go on the episode, and they didn't have a lot of time. But they did a good job with the allotted time that they did have. They're obviously doing this storyline where Andrade's kind of mixed in with these guys, and I have a feeling that these 4 guys are gonna have something to do with AAA. They're gonna probably be in working relationship with them, and they're probably gonna do a lot of matches in AAA. And now we're starting to see maybe Berto, maybe he's turning his back on Garza and Santos. Shay, he's getting frustrated. Finally, this group, right? The Legado, finally has something, right? Like, I felt like for a while there wasn't much of anything other than them just chasing for the titles. Now there's something. There's a little bit of turmoil within the group. They're doing a lot more with this group. I really do think the weakest link of the group is Santos Escobar, because I think the 2 guys, the Garzas, I think they're phenomenal, man. They're doing a lot with them in terms of the tag team division. They're having them wrestle a lot. It seems like Santos is really just the odd man out with this group. This is just a guy who's losing a lot, and he's parading around like he's giving instructions to these guys like he even does anything. I think he's the worst out of the group.
I mean, in terms of what though? Like, of like just as a talent itself, or like as what?
I just don't like when he wrestles, he loses a lot, and it's like he's parading around like he's giving these guys instructions, like, and
I can get that. I get that perspective of like wrong messenger, I guess. Like he telling them what to do as if he won something, but I can also see the perspective of like he do got more like experience, I guess, of winning, or at least looking a little more credible than what they have. So I can see like both sides of it. I can see both sides. That's why I do like the Andrade thing, where like, I mean, Andrade coming in, like, don't let him talk to you like that, trying to,
yeah. He's trying to get them to turn on him.
Yeah.
Like I really do think he's trying to get them. Do you think ultimately these guys do turn on Santos Escobar?
Yes.
Probably, or at least one of them. At least one of them do.
Yeah. I think Berto could low-key be a good baby face, man. I think
like
he has a lot of
good
talent.
babyface
I
in,
would love to see what he does. Yeah, I would really love to see what he does on his own. We've seen it once before, and I think obviously that was like 6 years ago, I believe, 5-6 years ago. He was just really young, man. But I think now he has a little bit more charisma to him. And obviously the in-ring stuff has never really been a falter on him either. But shit, these guys. Look, I was saying SmackDown. There's something that they're missing, and it's like a main event. And I really do think like Cody Rhodes, bro. Cody Rhodes is missing from the show. You could feel it. You could feel that he's missing from the show. He's clearly a big aspect of the show he's missing. Kevin Owens not being around is another one. Obviously, Kevin Owens isn't going to be around for a long time. Who knows if he's ever going to come back? But the WWE has to find that big, that big angle that they could attach themselves to for SmackDown, because everything else, we were talking about earlier, the women's division, the tag division, the mid card division, it's all clicking.
Yeah.
But there's the reason why people are saying it's boring. It's because they're missing that big angle.
But also the fucking 3 hour shit. Oh my.
Oh yeah, the 3 hours.
That was like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like 3 hours is good only if you have the right
big
right
angle
stuff going on.
You need the big angle.
And then if they continue like how last week on was, or like the previous Friday we just had, you know, if it's like that where the tag team shit looking good, women's looking good, main event shit looking pretty cool, and they have like a nice angle on top of that, it's like 3 hours will be fine, but we don't have that.
Do you think
the 3 hours is killing me, bro? I can't do it when
like I really think I think if you get a big angle, like a really good big angle, it could be a really good 3 hour show, a nice big angle with all these working parts within the mid card division, the tag team division, and the women's division. Because I will say the 3 hours has benefited the tag team division the most, but it has made the world title scene look like the worst thing.
Yeah,
but I think the tag team division has definitely benefited from the 3 hours.
They gotta do this draft, man. Let me be honest. Do the draft and even out the rosters, bro. Like Raw can't be dominating SmackDown with the top stars, and then SmackDown can't be dominating with just a tag division. It's like make this shit even, bro.
Something's got to give. Something's got to give. You feel me? What? Okay. So one thing, another thing I do want to talk about. We talked about this kind of. Well, not kind of. We did talk about this a lot, but there's a lot of pay-per-views coming up. But you got Saturday night's main event in 2 weeks, and guess what? You got 2 weeks after that. Money in the Bank.
And then right after that, you got Night of Champions or some shit like that. Like
literally like a couple weeks after that, and then they want to do Evolution literally the week after. If that's even gonna happen.
And then they talk about doing
Saturday night's main event in July again.
Nah, but like I can't just like this. It's like usual around this time. Like not the Saturday night main event shit, but like around this time is like a little more crammed, but a little around like SummerSlam. That's where it's like okay, they spread it out more. I guess
it honestly, I feel like and I think Backlash suffered from it. Just a 3-week build. Obviously, the show turned out to be good, but when are you going to have your qualifiers for Money in the Bank?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Are they even gonna? Did they even announce any for Monday?
No,
they haven't.
Bro, that show is less than 4 weeks away, and
that's true.
You no qualifiers yet. I don't know, man. Like, and that's because now you got to build towards Saturday night's main event, and it sucks, bro.
That late Mania start too, like kind of probably messed shit up because Mania started fucking April 17th. Like what the fuck?
But that's like almost the third week of April.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. They should have just kept Saturday night's main event as a pay-per-view, but here we are.
As a pay-per-view? Oh, okay,
yeah.
Honestly, look,
I know every then Saturday
quarterly. Because they're trying to they're trying to make it quarterly. They have to have 4 a year at bare minimum. They have to have 4 years.
Just made a pay-per-view, bro.
So you're talking. They have one in January. They're doing July, May. May, July, and then I'm pretty sure they're gonna have one sometime in December. Because December obviously has no
it's December. Boston.
But honestly, it's gonna hinder Money in the Bank, bro. And Money in the Bank is one of the. It's like the biggest B-level show, right? It's the biggest one. And honestly, it's
big
and it might be better. A lot of people consider it better than Survivor Series now.
I do.
They love it a lot more.
I do.
they just people love it a lot more. That it might change this year. Survivor Series is going to. They want to treat it as a bigger show. It's going to do a baseball stadium now.
Yeah, if they
Survivor Series doing that.
Yeah, it's a baseball stadium.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
If they start taking Survivor Series more serious, and so will I.
But and obviously War Games isn't attached to the name this year so far. that it
So
you
far.
know so far. We'll see if it does get
So far,
attached. But Money in the Bank is one of your bigger shows of the year. When are you gonna start booking for it? You haven't announced a qualifying match
Hopefully
for tomorrow.
Hopefully tomorrow.
I honestly really don't even think, because you have 5 matches already lined up for tomorrow.
Oh, brother.
So tomorrow it's not gonna be. Are you gonna do it next week? And then when are you gonna start to build your other matches that aren't even the Money in the Bank ladder matches? When are you gonna build those? Like what? Obviously, the world heavyweight title is gonna get defended at Saturday Night's Main Event. I don't think it's gonna get defended at Money in the. I really don't even think it's gonna get defended at Money in the Bank. And then here's the other thing: John Cena is about to defend his title at Saturday Night's Main Event against R-Truth. It's almost a guarantee.
So they're putting both world titles on Saturday Night's Main Event?
Who is John Cena going to defend against?
What are we doing here?
At Money in the Bank. With what build? Hey, are we going to get R-Truth back to back?
I hope so.
How would y'all feel if they do R-Truth?
Nah, I don't think they'll do R-Truth back to back.
Don't do it back to back. Don't do it back to back. You're already pissing off people.
It's a possibility. I'm just saying.
I think we probably got to just wait and see. Maybe they probably do Jimmy Uso versus John Cena or some shit. Like,
oh my god!
Jimmy Uso coming to the aid. Jimmy Uso coming to the aid of R-Truth. I tried to tell you.
I
tried to tell you.
Oh
no, I'm not gonna lie though. Wasting a Jimmy Uso world title match on not even a world title match, because I honestly I don't even think it's a waste. Jimmy Uso versus John Cena at Money in the Bank, a pay-per-view feud for John Cena.
John Cena will make Jimmy look good, man. Come on now.
No, hold on. But that's the thing though. Like, I don't care if he makes him look good, bro. What this year's supposed to be about? Like, Cena's final year going against like all these top guys. Like, but y'all do realize we might not even see Cena and AJ Styles this year, right?
Clash of Paris.
No,
Pete.
Bro, like there's so many people I wanted Cena to face this year, Carmelo and all these other people, and it's like, damn, bro. Like we might not see it, because we might see Cena versus Jimmy Uso at Money in the Bank for the world title.
Man.
Nothing wrong on Jimmy Uso. I don't think so. And he could challenge for the world title on a SmackDown. I mean, Saturday Night's Main Event. But Money in the Bank, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. But that's the biggest issue. And then here's the thing, because obviously, you're gonna have Night of Champions, right? Who's Cena gonna face there? You're gonna have to simultaneously build Cena's. Is Cena even gonna defend the title at the other Saturday Night's Main Event, like literally 2 weeks before SummerSlam?
I don't even know. And speaking of Cena,
I hope not. I hope not. Like I really do hope they lock in and do a major feud for John Cena heading into the summer. Into SummerSlam.
Speaking of Cena, is his last thing really gonna be at Saturday Night's Main Event?
I don't know. All I know is it's gonna be in Boston in December.
Yeah, it's gonna be Boston in December, but they haven't. Honestly, Cena is this big of a star. They would have at least teased something or said something.
Well, I don't know. Look, either it's gonna be a Saturday Night's Main Event, or they're gonna rename the paper that whatever that is, that event, to I don't know, maybe Ruthless Aggression or something. I really don't even know.
It should be a pay-per-view. We shouldn't be putting it on,
I think it should really remember when they did the Farewell of the Shield? That was kind of like a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I think they should do the same thing for John Cena. Do a pay-per-view in December.
They should.
That revolves around him and the matches that he wants on that show.
Yeah, but as of right now, it looks like it's gonna be Saturday Night's Main Event. Maybe I'm jumping the gun, which I could be, but I don't know. We're gonna see, I guess. But I feel like they would have said something by now.
Yeah, I have no idea, honestly.
There's a lot of things that we have a lot of questions that needs to be answered. So
yeah, no. Shay, I mean, is there anything you guys want to talk about here?
Not really.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
This week has been great for wrestling. We've had a lot of great matches this whole week. Honestly, obviously if Tommy was here, I think we'd probably cover a little bit of TNA because TNA did have a good match this week, but he's not here, so we're not gonna cover that. Other than that, we coming off of a great pay-per-view in Backlash. It delivers almost every year. One thing I will say, it seems like these B-level pay-per-views always deliver very well. Is that how y'all feel too? I mean, like the fast lanes and just these type of pay-per-views that are just B-level pay-per-views.
Yeah, they tend to deliver pretty well. So
Sometimes they deliver more than the
the big four.
big four or big five or whatever.
Hey, it's like I keep saying, Survivor Series better get it together, or Money in the Bank might be the better big four. I'm just saying.
I'm very interested to see how SummerSlam shapes up this year. WWE saying they're trying to book a better card for SummerSlam than they did for Mania. I mean, I don't know why you would do that, I really don't know when Mania is your biggest show of the year, but
oh wow,
I guess. All right, well, since that's everything, I appreciate everybody for coming on.
I think suggestion on how we getting off the show. We did lose Sabu a couple like a day ago or today. Everybody had their favorite Sabu moment. If they have a Sabu moment that they got.
Sabu,
man, honestly, he's my GOAT, but this moment is, man, Sabu, when they did the ECW invasion and he hopped on, he did his signature jumping from the chair to the top rope, hitting the leg drop on Cena on the table. Man, that's just one of my favorite moments I've seen from Sabu. Yeah, honestly, that was a big moment, honestly, and introducing him to the world of the WWE. So that was great.
Personally, I'm not gonna sit in front I know everything about Sabu. I know he was part of ECW, and I know I enjoyed when I used to see him do that chair shit, put the chair in the middle of the ring and do that spot he used to do, and playing as him on like certain video games. I think it was it 08 or 09, one of them shits.
Yeah,
I remember
2008.
2008. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Remember that, shit like that. To me, that's what I remember. So yeah, that's that.
Ghost.
I don't got much to say about Sabu. I know he had a good rivalry with Taz and RVD. I'm not tapped in with Sabu. I gotta be more tapped in.
That's fine.
ECW legend, yeah.
Probably his match with Grado in ICW. Over here.
Okay.
Look him go.
Okay.
And
is Jay here?
Yeah, Jay didn't draw.
Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, we hear you.
Barely.
Okay, so honestly, a lot of y'all know I used to watch a lot of ECW growing up. When they first brought the WWE Network on, I was watching every ECW pay-per-view, and I gotta say, Sabu, he was always one of them ones that like really tied me into Sabu. Like I used to, like Donnie said, I used to play him on 2008, but that's what really showed me the real Sabu. His alliance with Bill Alfonso, one of the greatest managers that doesn't get talked about. His feud with RVD, his feud with Taz. My favorite match of his, Sabu versus Tuco Scorpio, Cyberwave 1996. Man, that's a great bell-to-bell match. Just an amazing match. And Sabu, one of the originators of violence, homicidal, suicidal, genocidal. That nickname is not for no reason, man. Sabu, he was really like that. Not only was he just an insane, extreme wrestler, but he was just amazing in the ring, like what he does. And he was one of the most resilient wrestlers ever. One time his bicep came open during a match, he just threw tape on it and called it a day. Continued the match. Had his jaw broken during a match. He taped that thing up too. Sabu was really like he was really tough. He was tough in the real life.
Yeah.
And I'm sad that
Okay.
Shit. All right. Well, that's it. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to episode 145. We had a great week of wrestling. And anything you guys want to say before we get out of here?
Well, let's keep this going for another 6 seconds. If we can hit
John Cena apology forms. I need them.
about to hit the 2-hour mark. So for about the next 30 seconds, I'm gonna just ramble. Ghost, you
W
are
rambling.
without
W
a
rambling.
doubt or farming to the next level
No,
right now.
I am not. I'm trying to be hygienic.
Yo, Marcus, you are so crazy. What are you talking about, Marcus?
You want
What? Are you talking
What
about?
the fuck,
Who would
Marcus?
ever
Marcus,
say such
what
a
do you
thing
mean?
like that? Wow.
Ghost, you right
Yo,
there with him. But
it's
No,
sort of
Wow,
no,
that
I would
is-
never say something like that.
Kiwi
Never
is
that.
a piece of shit.
All right, 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds.
And
Wow, that is-
that's
John
pretty
Cena.
much it.
John Cena.
Jay,
Yeah.
you got anything to say?
Fucking bitch.
Man,
Does this
Cena,
thing got a collar shirt on?
my boy. Yeah, because I gotta.
What the fuck are you wearing a collar shirt?
Wait,
Watch
wait,
out.
wait.
He's gonna
Get
take
out
his
of
money
here.
for me. Watch out.
Production,
Watch out.
production. Pull him up full screen.
Me and Rod Girl role playing. That's why.
What the fuck is this?
We were
Bro,
Why do you
it's
got a collar
got
shirt on?
yo, what the fuck?
casual
Nah.
business outfit, casual business outfit. But
Wait, what do you? So what's your role, Jay?
huh?
What's your role then?
My role
What's your
is
role?
I'm a loan shark.
What the fuck are you
And
talking about?
Rod Girl needs some money and she know how to get it.
What the fuck?
Okay.
All right, bro. All right, that's just no.
Bro has a
That's enough.
bro has a polo on with a bonnet. What type of shit is that?
At 10 at night, dude.
That's-
This nigga Jay is
I'm a
funny.
loan shark, but I'm a casual loan shark.
Bro is
Like,
bro
I
is
got-
getting ready
Alright,
for
alright.
bro is getting ready for an interview or something. Fuck wrong with him?
Oh man,
I don't know what. I don't.
Well,
Ah.
man,
Yo,
it's
fuck
the
wrong with
draw.
this guy.
It's the draw, man. This BTBC, love BTBC. Rod's still a clown. You know what I did to him.
that's real.
The
I
fuck
hope
you.
y'all stay blessed. Kiss my ass. RP my nigga Sabu, man. My nigga Sabu, man.